Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. Had to make sure, I'm sorry my hand was in the way to hit the button. I should have used my other hand and I did not. Hope you have had a good week. Mine has been okay. Now, first item of agenda, I want to know, did you write down one thing every day this week since Tuesday of a nice thing about yourself? So that'd be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today is Sunday. So that's 6 things, one thing a day. So here are mine. I'm nice. I'm loving. I'm kind. I'm a good listener. I have pretty eyes. And what was my 6th one? I'm sensitive. I think I struggled with that one maybe a little bit because I think sometimes I'm a little too sensitive. I hope that my wiper blades don't create too much noise in the background because it's raining this morning. I've got some time before church, so I thought I'd just pop in and chat with you a little bit, drive around just a tad bit before I go to church, and check in with you guys, see how you're doing. And so I've got my wipers on delay because it's not raining super duper hard. I have a confession to make. I did film a video yesterday, but the quality was not very good, so I scrapped it and decided to try it again today. So, and yesterday was a gorgeous day out. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that we are here, we are together, and if you completed the challenge to write down one nice thing about yourself every day since this past Tuesday, I really hope that you would share it with me down below. I think that it's a good thing to do, just to, it not only encourages yourself, but it encourages me too. I think there are just some days when, and I've talked about this before, that I struggle with depression, and I'm trying to be better. I'm trying not to come here and bellyache or whine about depression, because I don't want that to feed into your life. I don't want it to feed any more into mine either. But I think that there is, I don't know, I just still think that there's a point where you still have to talk about things. No, you don't have to dwell there, but I still think that there's a point in time where you still have to discuss things. Excuse me. I think you still have to talk things out, because if you don't, if you continue to keep things bottled up inside, it just eats at you. And this morning when I got up, I have to admit that I'm bad about it. I have a tendency to immediately reach for my phone and check social media. And the social media platforms that I check are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you don't know what TikTok is where people just kind of go and they make little short videos. Some are really funny, some are serious. Anything goes there. Anything goes. I had mentioned TikTok to my son, and he's like, oh yeah, it's an app for if you're like 12. And I said, oh, because all the people that I see on there are total adults. They're not anywhere near 12. And so anyway, there's one type of video that always seems to hit a soft spot for me, and there's one where there's a song playing in the background, which happens with a good portion of the TikTok videos, but it's where you see people in a car, or you just see their hands, and it's like the guy is driving and his hand is on the shifter and on the stick shift, and the girl goes to grab it and he's shifting and her hand kind of falls away, and he grabs her hand and takes a hold of her hand, and he's again, to keep a hold of her hand while he's shifting, and that ends up just hitting a tender spot for me, just because the guy that I've been seeing, we had a tendency to always hold hands when we would be driving anywhere. If my hand would be, and I mean, he didn't have a stick shift, but I mean, even if we were driving along and if my hand was resting on the center console, he grabbed my hand. So anyway, that, so then I quickly swipe up to the next video and try not to stay there, try not to stay focused on that, and that kind of segues me into what I kind of had gotten into my video yesterday, which was about our feelings, about our thoughts. If you live with any type of depression, I know for myself, and especially having been alone, been divorced for over 7 years, depression can really work on your mind. It's difficult. And what I have found personally for myself, and of course I can only talk from my own experience, I know that there are others who are much, much, much worse, and for those of you that it is worse, I deeply, deeply, deeply feel for you, because I know what I go through, and I can't imagine it being even excuse me, even worse. But the depression can really wear you down to a point where any thought or any feeling that comes into your mind, which is usually negative towards yourself, at least in my case, I would just have a tendency to, unfortunately, just accept that. I would just accept that feeling, or that thought, feelings and thoughts, actually. And the process would begin. And it would throw me into an even deeper downward spiral of depression, to a point of sitting in bed or laying in bed, sobbing and just not wanting to get up, and not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to face anybody, not wanting to do anything. And so that's why when those thoughts come to us, we have to fight like hell against them. We have to start learning to love ourselves, and part of loving ourselves is to fight against those feelings, because they are trying to destroy us. They're trying so hard to destroy us, and we just can't allow that to happen. Because they will. They will. The mind is such a powerful, powerful thing. More powerful than anyone really gives it credit for. And anyone really has any idea. It is such a powerful thing. They say we only use such a small fraction of our minds. Such a small fraction. I mean, we couldn't even begin to possibly use our whole mind. I mean, it's just so unbelievably powerful. But we need to start using our minds for better, for more positive things. And so that's why I put this challenge forward for you and for myself for this week, to start on a positive journey and to not dwell on the past, to start looking forward, to start living a more positive journey, to start loving on ourselves, and to forget about whatever anybody else may be trying to say that's trying to bring us down, including ourselves. You know, we have to take those thoughts captive, what's trying to come against us, and start speaking life into our minds and into our hearts. You know, just because a bad thought comes to you doesn't mean that you have to accept it. And I am telling myself this just as much as I am telling you that same thing, because I need to potentially come back and rewatch this video myself and listen to what I'm telling myself too. And I know it's hard. It's not easy, you know, and part of it, I think, maybe sometimes is just unplugging from social media, because just like that, when I see those TikTok videos of the hand holding in the vehicle, and that takes me back to a place where he and I were together, and he would grab my hand and we would hold hands, and it meant we were together, and, you know, and that was just really special for me, and I miss that terribly, terribly. But had I not seen that, it's like something that my pastor has always taught us. Whatever you take into your eye gates and your ear gates, you need to be so watchful, so careful, because you can't ever take that back. Whatever you watch, whatever you listen to, you can't ever erase that, ever. And again, so maybe unplugging from social media is more of a necessity. And I say that as I'm posting this on social media, but it's true. It's really true. I find myself checking his posts. It's just us here, right? He hasn't spoken to me since last Thursday. And so, yeah, it's pretty doggone fresh for me. But today is a new day, and life will go on, and bigger, better, brighter days ahead. Even though today is gloomy outside, things will get better. And just know that sometimes you do need to have a good cry. Sometimes you do need to sit and wallow for just a bit, because you do need to let it out. You know, something that has angered me my whole life is when people look down on somebody else because they cry. And I think that having a good cry is one of the best stress relievers that you could ever possibly have. It lets go of so much emotion and stress. I mean, it's just, and you can finally breathe. You can finally breathe and just like, you know, and unless you've walked a mile in those moccasins, I'm probably talking gibberish, or maybe you've even clicked off of this video by now, and I'm sorry. But if you do know what I'm talking about, if you are still with me, thank you. Something else that I read earlier this morning was, don't try to be someone that you think someone else will like. Be who you are to attract people who will love you, you know, for the real you, as you truly are. That's not verbatim. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's roughly, you know. And it was like, yeah, because I have found myself my whole entire life, I've always tried to, I don't know, say the right thing or do the right thing to make everybody else happy, to make everybody else, you know, try to like me, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. And that isn't how we should be living our lives. We should authentically be ourselves, and the right people will love us for who we truly are, and then you can truly be yourself, and you don't have to fake who you are. You can just truly be you, and you can be comfortable, and you can rest in that, and there's nothing fake, and you can have so much peace in that, authentically being yourself. So with that, I'm going to get off of here. Once again, I hope that you did accept the challenge this week. If you did, please post down below what nice things that you said about yourself, because I would love, love, love to read them. I haven't weighed myself lately, so I will be doing that probably in the next week or so, and doing a Pyramid update soon. And I pray that you are healthy, that you're happy, that you're safe, and I pray that you have peace in your life. Until we meet again, my friends, Have a blessed Sunday and have a great upcoming week. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.